So in the last class, we were discussing about ABO blood grouping and RH factors. And today we'll be concentrating on another important topic, that is sex determination. Now when we talk about sex determination, we are going to discuss about two different chromosomes. That is, number one is autosome. Autosome is otherwise called as body chromosomes or somatic chromosomes. So autosome will always decides your body characters. And another chromosome is the allosomes. Allosomes are the sex chromosomes. So autosomes and allosomes. Allosome decides your body characteristics, whereas autosome decides your body character and allosome decides your sex of the individual. So when you talk about chromosomes, there are two sets of chromosomes are there. One is the autosome and another one is the allosomes. So out of 46 chromosomes, that is in 23 pairs, out of 46, 44 chromosomes are your body chromosomes. It is otherwise called as autosomes. In another two pairs, that is 45 and 46, these two chromosomes are the sex chromosomes in all the individual. Now, since we are talking about sex determination, we have to concentrate on this allosome or the sex chromosomes. Clear? Now, when you talk about the sex chromosome, here we'll have two sets in it. The first one is called homomorphic. All these are technical words. Understand, everything is important. So when you talk about chromosomes, we have two sets. One is the autosome and other one is the allosomes. When you talk about the allosome, it is in two divisions. One is the homomorphic. Morphic means morphological characteristics. Homo means same. So when the sex chromosomes or allosome produces very important, homo means two similar gametes are formed or produced from these sex chromosomes are called homomorphic chromosomes. When you talk about homomorphic, you will have two similar gametes. So what is the two similar gametes? For example, if it is X and X in female, these two gametes are similar, looks alike. So this kind of sex chromosomes are called homomorphic, and this one is called homogametic. Gametic in the sense sex chromosomes are called gametes. Now here, when the sex chromosome forms the sex or the gametic, it is called gametes. So now when you talk about these two X chromosomes are similar, so it is called homogametic. So always homomorphic sex chromosome will give rise to homogametic. For example, in female we have two X chromosomes, look similar. So this is called homomorphic. And the second set is called heteromorphic. Heteromorphic means it is dissimilar. Same. Here you have two similar gametes, but here you will have two dissimilar gametes. So in dissimilar gametes, for example, when you talk about human male, we will have X and Y chromosomes. So since it is producing two different ones, it is called heterogametic. So these are all a very basic thing regarding the sex determination. When you talk about sex determination, we are talking about allosomes. Why? Because allosomes decides your sex of an individual. When you talk about the sex chromosome, the last pair, 23rd pair, or otherwise called as two chromosomes, 45 and 46 chromosomes are the sex chromosomes. Now, when you talk about the sex chromosomes, you will have two sets in it. One is called homomorphic chromosomes. Homomorphic means two similar gametes are produced by the sex chromosomes. For example, homogametes in female. In human female, it is X and X. Both are similar. Same when you talk about heteromorphic, you have dissimilar gametes. In the sense, you will have two different types of gamete is formed in male. It is called X and Y chromosomes. Now, always the sex is decided only by the heterogametic or heteromorphic chromosomes, not by the homomorphic. It's an interior one mark question. In every organism, not only in human being, in all the organism, sex determination is done by not the homomorphic, only by the heteromorphic. And that is the reason when you talk about the sex determination, we are talking about this heterogametes. So now, in certain organisms, for example, if you talk about human being, or if you talk about an insect called Drosophila and some other organisms, male will involve in deciding the sex. So male determination. So whenever you talk about sex determination, who is responsible for deciding the sex of an individual? It is only because of male, but not for all the organisms. For some organism, male is responsible for sex determination. In certain organisms, female are responsible for sex determination. That is what we are going to concentrate in this topic is. Now we are very much clear what is sex determination. In sex determination, heterogametic or heteromorphic chromosome plays a vital role. Number one. Second one, whomever having this heteromorphic or heterogametic, whether if it is having, male is having heterogametic, male are responsible for deciding the sex of a chromosome, so the sex of an individual. When female is having heteromorphic, suppose if male is having, male decides. Suppose a female has heteromorphic, female is responsible for deciding the sex of an individual. Is that clear? Understood? Now, I'll just come back once again. So far we are discussing about sex determination. When you talk about sex determination, we are talking about two different sets of chromosome. One is called autosome, otherwise it is called body chromosomes. Out of 46 chromosomes, 44 chromosomes comes under autosomes, and the last pair or two sets of chromosomes comes under allosomes. Allosome will always have sex chromosome in it. It decides the sex. Now, when you talk about a sex chromosome, we have two aspects. One is called homomorphic, another one is called heteromorphic. In homomorphic, we have sex chromosome produces similar gametes. How the gametes are? Gametes are always similar. That is called, in female, human female, we have similar gametes. That is called X and X chromosome. In human male, we have two different chromosomes, X and Y, so it is called heterogametic. Now in sex determination, we are going to concentrate on this heterogametes. So in certain organism, male will have heterogametes. In certain organism, female will have heterogametes. Okay. So first we will concentrate on heterogametic male. So what is heterogametic? You are very clear. Hetero means two. This similar gametes will be there. Here also you will have dissimilar, and here also you will have dissimilar gametes. So when you talk about heterogametic, it is dissimilar gametes. Okay, so here who is dissimilar? Male is having heterogametic. In the sense, male produces always dissimilar gametes. Is that clear? So for example, X and Y. These two chromosomes are not similar. These two chromosomes are entirely different. So this is called dissimilar gametes. Number one. At the same time, in this, what is the production of gametes in female? The female will always have homogametic. So what is homogametic? Will always have similar gametes are produced. Similar gametes. So now for example, X and X. Clear? So now this is all very important bookmark question. When you talk about heterogametic male, we will always talk about the dissimilar gametes. So now XY for male, X and X for female. So this kind of a sex determination is found on two things. Mark it down. One mark question. One is for male human beings, and another one is called Drosophila. In Drosophila, male decides the sex of the individual. Why? Because male is having heterogametes. Understand? So that is one side. And in certain animals like Another X, instead of XO, you will have XY, you will have XO and XX. This is for female and this is for male. In this, certain organism will have this one. For example, you will have last line bugs, cockroaches and grasshopper. So in bugs, grasshopper and cockroaches, the XO system will be involving in sex determination. See here, these two gametes are similar and male only it is dissimilar. So in dissimilar, X and Y decides sex in the human being as well as in the Drosophila. Drosophila is a kind of an insect. The second one, XO, XX. XO is for male, X is for female. So XO decides the sex of the individual. So that's what one mark I told you. In certain bugs, cockroaches and grasshopper, the XO system will be playing a vital role in the determination of the sex of an individual. Is that clear? Right. The second part is, here we are talking about the heterogametic female. So far we were discussing about male. So under male we have two examples, XY and XO. Both are male chromosomes. Okay, we have XY, but grasshopper, certain moths and the butterflies also, cockroaches will have XO system of sex determination. Human being have XY. Not only human being, even Drosophila will also have the same genetic arrangement that we human being have. Is that clear? Right. So now second part is heterogametic female. So in the sense, female will have heterogametes, but in human being, all the female are homogametes, same gametes. Only male will be different. But in certain organisms, if you take, female will have different chromosomes, male will have same. For example, if you talk about the male, this is male and this is female. So female will have XZO and ZW. But here you will have ZZ and ZZ. So ZZ male is always similar. But when you talk here, female is similar. So that is what it is called heterogametic male. Male is different. Here heterogametic female. See, female is different and male is same. Is that clear? So for example of XO system of sex determination, that you will find it in moths, butterfly and domestic chicken. Then ZW is for gispy moth, fish, reptiles and birds. So these are all very important 1 mark questions regarding this sex determination. Understand? So one part is over regarding sex determination. So we have so far discussed about two sets of chromosomes, autosome and allosome, as well as we talked about under sex chromosome, homomorphic and heteromorphic, under homomorphic, homogametic, under heteromorphic, heterogametic. So in certain organism, male decides the sex of the individual. For example, is that X and Y and X and O. This is heterogametic in male. That is what in the beginning itself I told you. Heterogametic only plays a vital role in sex determination, not the homogametes. Why? Because here heterogametic male decides the sex of the individual, whereas here heterogametic female decides the sex of the individual. This much you are clear? Right. Just go through your book for 2 minutes. The next one is the sex determination in human. Listen. So as we already discussed about the two sets of chromosomes, one is the autosome. So I just put it AA for autosome. So how many pair of chromosomes are there? How many sets, how many chromosomes are there in the autosome? That is 44 chromosomes are there. Okay. So when you talk about male and when you talk about female, so male will have 44 autosomes and female also will have 44 autosomes. Why I put 2 A's? Because diploid. Always autosomes are diploid in nature. 2N. That is what we discussed already in the second chapter when we are studying about the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Till primary oocyte, till primary spermatocyte, it is diploid in nature, and after that it becomes meiotic division, reduction division, it reduces. So here autosomes are always diploid in nature, allosomes are always haploid in nature. Okay, right. So now here we have 44 autosomes and So in here, both in human being, male and female, they have equal number of autosomes. And only the sex chromosomes are different. So when you talk about the sex chromosomes here, male will have X and Y chromosome and female will have X and X chromosomes. So now here, in sex determination in human being, male is responsible for deciding the sex of an individual. Why? Because male has heteromorphic chromosomes. Already we have discussed, heterogametic only is responsible for determination of the sex of an individual. Whereas when you talk about human being, now who is responsible for deciding the sex of an individual? Male is responsible. Why? Because male is having two different chromosomes, whereas female will have same chromosomes, homomorphic chromosomes. Now, when these chromosomes undergo gametic formation, this reduces. That means you will have 22 autosome plus 1 X chromosome. This is one part reduced. And another one, another 22, and this autosome plus 1 Y chromosome. This is the gametic formation. So when you combine this, you will have this set. 44 AA, so 22, here 22. Then X and Y is equally shared. Same here also you will have 22 autosome plus 1 X, and again 22 autosome plus 1, another 1 X. Okay, so now when the offspring is formed, there are 50% chances, that is this and this joins together give you 44 autosomes plus X and X. So it is a female. It is female. So now another this one and that one joins together again 44 AA plus X and Y. So this is male chromosomes. So again if you combine with this two, same you will have it. So in the sense you will have 50% female is possible and another 50% male is possible. This much you understand. I add this one to this and again this one to this. So I got one female and one male. If I combine this and this, again I will have one male, and this if I combine, I will have another. Is it clear? So that is the, so this is the thing that we have discussed here. So what I have not taken the four things so that you will understand this one and this joins together. You will find X and X that form female, and this join together gives you one female and one male together. Is it clear? So this is how the sex is being decided in the human beings. Clear? Right. So after this we will discuss a very important topic about, we will study what is this Y chromosome and what is this X chromosomes in detail. Clear? Right. Go through. So in sex determination in human being, just once again just come back. So now here we talked about heterogametic male. Why we are talking about heterogametic male is, we are talking about the sex determination in human being. So here heterogametic male is not only deciding the sex determination in human being as well as an insect called Drosophila. So in Drosophila as well as in human being, heterogametic male decides the sex of the chromosome, that too XY chromosomes. If it is XO, there are different characteristics. Okay. So now XY system of sex determination is only for male as well as, only for human being as well as for the Drosophila. Is that clear? Right. So now here what we talked is, we talked 44 autosome plus X and Y chromosomes. So when this is being reduction division undergoes, it is again 22A plus X and another 22A plus Y. So this is one and this is one set of chromosomes. So again, so this is all heterogametic male. So when we talk about homogametic female, again we are talking about 44 autosome plus 2 X chromosomes. So when this is being divided, again you will have 22A plus X chromosome. This is one set, and again you will have 22A plus X chromosomes. Okay. So when gametic formation, Now when this is undergoing synapses, in the sense it is combining this and this joined together gives you 22 AA plus this X and that X gives you female. Okay, and again this and this joins together again gives you 44 AA. So here also, sorry, not 22, 44 AA plus X and X. So again we will have the female. Okay, so this two. Then join this and this gives you 44 AA plus X and Y. Male, that is. And when you combine this with that, again it gives you 44 AA plus X and Y. So that means it is also male chromosome. So in the sense, you will have 50% male will be there, female will be there, as well as 50% male will be there. Okay, so here male, since male is having heterogametic, male only decides whether the individual is female or male. Understand? The same thing is also working for Drosophila because it is also having the same set of chromosomes as we have. This much you are clear? So far we have discussed about two things. One is what is sex chromosome. Then we also discussed about what is allosomes. Then what is homomorphic. Okay, the next topic is we are going to study something extra information regarding this Y chromosomes. Okay. So now when you talk about the Y chromosome, it is very important for deciding the maleness. So the maleness is decided by the Y chromosome, which is located in the sex chromosomes. Now when you compare these two chromosomes, that is the X chromosome and Y chromosome, take two chromosomes X and Y. Now the X chromosome, this is an X chromosome and this is the Y chromosome. Now both these chromosomes are entirely different. X chromosome and Y chromosome both are entirely different, even in the size, even in the shape, as well as the number of genes which is present inside. This is a chromosome. Chromosome will have inside, it has many genes in it. So the gene which is belong to this X chromosomes are actually it is two pairs. Okay, I have just written only one for you to understand. One more thing you have to draw here, but still you understand. Now, so when you talk about this X chromosome, inside this chromosome you will have genes inside. So the gene which is belong to X chromosomes are called X-linked gene. Why? Because it is belong only to the X chromosomes. And the genes which is located inside the Y chromosomes are called Y-linked gene. Because that gene is only responsible or only positions inside the Y chromosomes. Okay, now we are not going to discuss about the genes and all here. We are going to study about the importance of this Y chromosomes. When you talk about the importance of Y chromosome, you have to understand the difference between these two chromosomes. That is the reason I have just done it here. Now, when you talk about the X chromosome, the X chromosome size is 165 MB. That is the size of the X chromosome. And it has around 1000 functional genes in it. In one X chromosome, it has 1000 functional genes are located. But what is the size of it? 165 MB. But when you talk about the Y chromosome, it is only 60 MB in size. And it is having only 60 functional genes. That's it. So that is the reason I told you in the beginning itself, X chromosome and Y chromosomes are entirely different. In all the aspects. Is that clear? Even in the size, even in the shape, even in the number of the gene which is located inside. Okay? But still, in comparing this X and Y chromosome, certain region, maybe this example, this region and this region in both these chromosomes are very much similar. This and this region. Very much similar. Though it is entirely different, but the region which is on the top here, both the chromosomes are similar. So we call this region as pseudo autosomal region, or otherwise called as PAS region. This region are entirely similar in both the chromosomes. So here also you will have PAS region and here also you will have PAS, or you can even call it as pars PAR. I put S for segment. So here you will have pseudo autosomal region. So you can even call it as pars region. So these pars regions are entirely similar in both the chromosomes. Understand? So when these chromosomes are combining, when female X chromosome, male's Y chromosome combines together, these two areas also combines each other, synapses with each other, joins with each other. So that means this region is only 5%. So in both the chromosomes, the similar region are only 5%. Rest of the 95% are not similar. They are not similar. So it is called as non-combining region of this Y chromosomes. So it is called NRY region. Non-combining regions of the Y chromosomes. Understand? We have pars region which is 5% similar between both the chromosomes. We have 95 region which is not at all similar with the X chromosome, that is belong only to the Y chromosome, that is called NRY region, non-combining region of Y chromosomes. That means X chromosome will not combine with those regions. This much clear? Now we will talk about this NRY region. NRY region. This NRY region is of two types. Out of this 95%, some regions are called heterochromatin. Heterochromatin is otherwise called as non-functional area. It is not undergoing any functional at all. So that means the genes which are located in the heterochromatin will not do any function at all. Understand? Certain regions are similar. Certain regions are non-similar. Under that non-similar, some regions are called heterochromatin. In the sense, they will not involve in function. In the sense, it will not involve in deciding the maleness. What is the function of the Y chromosome? It has to decide the sex of the male. Maleness is decided only by the Y chromosome. So that means heterochromatin in NRY region will not involve in the production of or deciding the maleness. This much you are clear? Right. So what is the another region? It is called euchromatin. U means true chromatin. So now this euchromatins are called functional areas. It's a functional region. So that means if this is area called euchromatin, this area is called heterochromatin. So out of this entire Y chromosome, only this euchromatin will have functional region. That means a gene which is located in this euchromatin. So here I just write it here. So the euchromatin is a functional area of this Y chromosome. See why it is functional? Because it is having a gene called SRY gene. Don't forget it, very important. Sex determination of the Y chromosomes. Okay, so the gene which is located in the euchromatins are called SRY. That means sex determination region that is located in the Y chromosomes. So where this SRY is, it is not in the heterochromatin, it is in the euchromatin. That is why I told you euchromatins are always functional. So now this gene, this is a gene called SRY gene. Now the role of the gene is to produce a product. That all we will see in the 5th chapter, genetics. So the role of the gene is to produce a product. Okay, so that means this gene produces a product called TDF. What is this TDF? T is for testicular, testis, developing factors. So in male, if it is having SRY gene, this gene will produce a product called testis in male. So this gene is responsible for producing testis, and this gene is not present in the X chromosomes. That is the reason testis is not developed, it becomes female. Understand? So far what we are discussing is, we are studying about Y chromosome and how the maleness is developed. And now we are very clear, these both chromosomes are entirely different, except the pars area, which is 5%. And rest of the 95% are dissimilar, in the sense it is not involving or non-combining region of the Y chromosome. That means X chromosome will not combine with those regions. So when these two are getting pairing, only the pars will be getting paired and another area is not paired. Why? Because it is non-combining region. Now this will have two things, one is called euchromatin and another one is called heterochromatin. Heterochromatins are non-functional, that means it does not have a gene for function in the sense to decide the maleness. So euchromatin only is a functional region, that means it has a gene called SRY gene. And the role of the SRY gene is located only in the euchromatin, and the very important function of this SRY gene is to decide the maleness. So this is absent in the Y chromosome, X chromosome. That is the reason there is no maleness is decided by the X chromosome. Clear? Right. So the next class, another two topics are there. Now we have discussed about the Y chromosome. The next class we will be talking about this X chromosome as well as the same will be decided by how the sex is decided in the honeybee family, that we will be studying. Okay? So that are the two things that we will discuss tomorrow. So far what we have studied is, we have studied about sex determination. In sex determination we studied about what is autosome, what is allosome. In allosome we studied what is homomorphic, what is heteromorphic, what is homogametic, what is heterogametic. And we studied heterogametic male, heterogametic female. In heterogametic male we studied two things, XO and XY system of sex determination. And next part, in female heterogametic, ZO and ZW. Understand, right? Then we also talked about the sex, how it is decided in the human beings. So maleness only is deciding the sex in the human being as well as in the Drosophila. That is what we have XY system. So XY system of sex determination will be presented in both. One is for the X chromosome, I mean for maleness or human being as well as for the Drosophila. Understand? Then we also discussed about what is the importance of Y chromosome, what is the region, functional, and where the gene is located, what is the name of the gene, and what is the function of this genes and all this. Clear? Right. So next class we will be discussing and the two topics. Take down your test. Question number 1. Question number 1. Question number 1. An example for question number 1. An example for ZO system of sex determination is found in any one example for ZO system of sex determination. Number 2. Reptiles and birds. The chromosome which is present in the reptiles and birds are called dash. the chromosomes which is present in reptiles and birds. Dash. Number 3. Sex chromosome produces dissimilar gametes are called dash. Sex chromosome produces 2 dissimilar gametes are called dash. Fourth question. XY system of sex determination is found in human being as well as dash. XY system of sex determination is found in human being as well as dash. The last question. The gene which is responsible for determining the testis in adult male is dash. The gene which is responsible for determining the testis in the adult male is dash. Check the answer. Is that mode system of sex determination being found in any one example? Moth, butterfly, domestic chicken. Any one example, but it's correct. Correct. Then reptiles and birds. Is that W and is that Z? If ZW is okay. If you have written is that W, okay, fine. Third one. 2 dissimilar gametes are produced by the sex chromosomes are called heteromorphic. 2 dissimilar gametes. Okay, or things. So heteromorphic you have written or heterogametic you have written. Okay, fine. Next question. XY system of sex determination is not only found in human being as well as in the Drosophila, a fruit insect. A fruit insect is called Drosophila, right? Most of the research is done in the Drosophila. And next one is the last one, the gene which is located or decides the testis called SRY gene. Sex determining region is the Y chromosomes.